Hi everyone, this video is about understanding your RV a little bit better, and it's very specific to Forest River and Cedar Creek products, but there may be a lot here that crosses over to your particular unit that you have. So stick around and see what's in store. So as I look at the internet on several web forums dedicated to RV life and on Facebook, some of the same questions keep coming up over and over. Where is my this, or where is my that, or what is this good for, or how should I maintain that? Well, I've just taken a real small sampling of some of those most common questions, and I wanted to put it on video and share it. So if you like these types of videos, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you're not a YouTube subscriber, it's very easy. Just go to YouTube and create an account. You have to give them your name, of course, an email address, and then create a password, and it's that simple. If you have your own account, then of course you can keep track of the videos that you like and the YouTube creators that you like to watch, and then you can give feedback to those videos. And the feedback is very important to people like me that's a YouTube creator. So let's get at it and start with number one question that I think I see the most frequent, and that concerns the ice maker for the residential refrigerators. Probably the number one thing that people can't find is the water shutoff for the ice maker. So if you have a residential ice maker, which a lot of people do, going to be something like what we have here. So with the kitchen slide out, look behind the rear wheel, underneath, and you should see a blue hose, which is one of your drain hoses, and above that is going to be a white valve, and the round piece on the end is what you pull out to shut off the water flow. The other thing on the residential refrigerator is the inverter. Where is it? Do you need to turn it on? And what do you do to maintain it? Well, mine is located in the side storage compartment above the batteries. I know on some models they're located in the front storage compartment, but they're going to be somewhere relatively close to your batteries. So this is the inverter. My model, I think, is pretty much standard to all of the Cedar Creeks with a residential refrigerator. You're going to have this WFCO 1000 watt inverter, and it has an on and off switch. Then it's going to have a display panel and then some LED lights here. So two things you need to know about this is if you are on the road traveling and you have something in your refrigerator you want to keep cold, which we all do, then in that case your inverter needs to be turned on. Turn it on by pushing that one button right there. And what happens is the inverter is using the battery voltage in order to run your refrigerator. So with this one, it's showing right now that I have 122 volts AC. The green LED indicates that you're on shore power. There'll be an orange LED that comes on when you do not have shore power. So my recommendation is if you're on shore power, go ahead and push the button and turn off your inverter. There's no reason to let the inverter run when you have shore power. All you're going to do is reduce the life of your inverter. Well, in your forward storage compartment, you're going to have some electrical connections that look like this, a bus bar with 12 volt power on that, and then you're going to have a controller board that looks something like this. Now they do look different. This is an Alta series, but I understand that they do make different series. So if you're having trouble with your slides or your jacks, actually your hydraulic system in general, there are at least one micro breakers on this board. I understand that some have two, but mine only has one, and it's right here. There's a very small LED, and above that is a very small button to push to reset. So if you're having issues with your jacks or your slides seem not to have power, try resetting those. And while you're in here, there are several fuses on this board. So this is the hydraulic pump. It requires 12-volt DC current to operate. It's a very high draw off of your batteries. It's strongly recommended that if you have shore power available to go ahead and plug into shore power first before extending your jacks down or running your slides out. Sure, they'll work, but if you have a marginal battery, you're going to have some issues with that. So I always, if it's available, go ahead and plug into shore power first thing before I start putting the jacks down or running any of the slides out. So here is your hydraulic pump. Behind it is the hydraulic reservoir, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's the amount of fluid that's in the reservoir right now. Because my jacks are down and my slides are out, the level of the fluid is low. When those are all brought in, the level fluid will go up. So if you're checking your level fluid in the reservoir, always do it when your slides and jacks are retracted, and you look on the opposite side of the reservoir and you'll see a field line. And speaking of fuses, here's my main fuse panel. This is located across from the door on the main entrance. Yours may be in a different location, but it's going to be in that general area. You push on it to get it to open up, and then you'll have a row of breakers across the top here, and then you'll have a number of fuses off to the right. So again, if you're experiencing electrical difficulties, this would be the first place to look. I know that using the breakers around the sink and around the bathroom, they have those fault detectors. I can't think of the correct phrase now, but they frequently will trip on us. And when they do, it'll be one of these breakers in here that I'll have to come and reset. So let's talk a minute about the converter. We've talked about the inverter already. Now the converter is a unit that its main function is to charge your batteries. So it will use the shore power, or if you have a generator on board, the generator power, and it will charge the batteries. And it is usually located very close to this breaker panel here. So let me take you into the basement and show you the converter. To get to the so-called basement of my unit, I'll go through this cabinet entry here. This is the cabinet that holds, it's got a couple of trash can slots in there. And you can see over here, this is the return air for your furnace. So the basement is actually that area between your main storage compartment and the living space. And it's an area that really doesn't have good access to it, but I'll show you how to get to it through the cabinet. And although yours may be different, I suspect it'll be very similar in many ways. Okay, I've taken the slide out compartment out of the cabinet, and I've added some light in there. So you can see this unit sitting right there in front. It's a WFCO, and this is a 55 amp power converter. And usually these are no maintenance items. They operate fine until some point where they fail, and then you'll start having battery charge issues. But it has a 110 plug-in, so it plugs in to shore power, and it converts that shore power to direct current, and with this red and white wire, it's charging the batteries. So this is your basement area, and the furnace is in here, plumbing connections, and a lot of wiring. And now that I've got a light in here, I can see that I have a lot of sawdust. And you always hear the joke about every RV going down the road is loaded with sawdust. Well, that's no joke. When they manufacture these things, it seems like they never clean them up. Well, the final thing is to talk about your King Jack antenna, or pretty much any antenna that came standard on your unit. The antenna has an amplifier, and in order to run cable television or even satellite television, you'll need to turn off the antenna's amplifier. They're probably located pretty much in the same area. Mine is behind the television. See if you can get down and see this. So that green light is the amplifier, and there's one button on it. You just push the button and it'll turn it off. So you'll need to do that before connecting to cable TV. Well, I hope you liked the video and maybe it brought a little bit of value to your RVing experience. If you did, click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.